one thing I want to say is you got if you're an artist, you got to put out as much content as you can. Everyone wants to be an artist. If you're putting out 3 songs a week, there's someone above you on that ladder putting on 4 songs a week. If you want to be better than the competition, you got to put out 5 songs a week. I like treating my clients with 10 followers the same way I treat someone as far as Jadakiss or A Boogie or people with millions of followers. You just gotta have that mentality and be like, yo, now you're not gonna outwork me. Like, I'm gonna put better content than you. I'm gonna present myself more, go the extra mile, ask everybody in the room what they do, see what I can do for them and what they can do for me. You know how you say like, oh, I want to attract my dreams, I want to attract the right people in my life. In order for those things to come into place, you have to subtract things that are taking up that spot where those things belong, where your dreams belong.
Yo, what's going on, world? It's your boy Poncho here. Welcome to episode 26 of the Encore Podcast. This is your first time listening. This is a podcast for artists, entrepreneurs, anyone with a passion for music and art that's trying to turn it into a full-time career. So, if that's you, subscribe, tap in with the community. I'm here today with my co-host, Cruz.
What's going on, Poncho?
Yeah.
Whoa, my whole bracelet just exploded.
Big energy in the room.
Yo, I don't know if you can do a slow motion on that. Anyways, so today we're here with Marco 2 Live, one of the biggest contributors to SLDM Entertainment, which is one of the dopest platforms coming out of Rockland County and just the upper tri-state area in general. He's a videographer, and most importantly, he's a very successful entrepreneur. He's been doing it for a little while, and he has a lot of great stories and things to tell today. So we're glad to have you today, bro.
Let's get into it. Yeah.
We're here.
Thank you for the introduction.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I just woke up not too long ago. Busy day, busy night, and I took a little nap. Now I'm here.
You excited to be here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We here. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Yeah. Anyways.
All right. Anyway, so, goddamn. Real quick, could you tell the people where you come from, how you got started in entertainment? Because most of our audience is artists, so just entertainment, and what you do today.
Oh, and what I do today?
Yeah.
My name is Marco Sandoval. I'm Guatemalan from Spring Valley.
Okay.
That's where I grew up. That's where I was raised. And 10977. Shout out to the Val. It's kind of a long, short story, but I'll give you guys like the short story. I went to college. I dropped out. I went through a whole bunch of jobs. I sold curtains at JCPenney. I sold phones at Verizon. I knocked on doors, sold electricity to different houses.
Oh my God, that's just the worst.
I can imagine.
I was a server at maybe 10 different restaurants: P.F. Chang's, Bonefish, BJ's, Patsy's, Northville Diner, 076. I was so many different places. I was a busboy, and then I was an Uber driver, Lyft driver, and then I will also have my own business, which is Emphy Apparel, and then I have a business where I also help other people with their media and stuff with different clients, and then I do video and photo. I would say video is my most favorite passion, because I get to express my creativity and express, my vision. And I feel like I have an eye to capture, certain moments and certain things. And then it all came because, my photographer and videographer for my clothing company couldn't make it to some certain gigs when my models could. And then my models couldn't, but Jamal could. His name is Jamal. Shout out Jamal, who's also my mentor.
Shout out Jamal.
He's the one that gave me the camera and said since he had extra cameras, so he was since I'm not around, take this, and whenever you have a product shoot for your model, just get the space, shoot it, and then put the content on the website so we could drop these products. And then I eventually started taking pictures of other people, and then my boy Matt had invited me to this club in the city called A Souk, and he's like, yo, come take some pictures at this spot. And he was trying to promote and have the party thing promotion going on. So
at what point in your career was this? Was this while you were still doing different
beginning?
gigs?
This is I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't know.
Okay, so while you were doing those other full-time jobs that you were talking about before, you were trying to you had a vision for yourself as a creative? That was later on?
The last full-time job I had was in 2017. And that's when I became a Lyft driver, and I was just doing Lyft, focusing on my business, and then later on I would pick up the camera.
Focusing on your business, meaning Lyft, or the other business?
My clothing brand.
The clothing brand business. So that was your first business that you had, was the clothing brand business?
Yeah, that was my first business.
Why was that your first business? What drew you to that
I
area?
wanted to express myself through the brand. So the brand is called Emphy. The logo is actually like a heartbeat pulse with a little circle in the beginning. It means starting, going, ups and downs of life, and then it has an arrow at the end to signify a progression. The slogan for the company is "I am the reason." Like I have that trademarked, everything like that. No one else can use that except me, you know, for my business and stuff like that. So I am the reason. It's kind of on a break right now because I just got so busy with, you know, my life and everything like that, and the pandemic really like hit hard, and I'm like, damn, this really like choked out my business. But I'm coming back. I'm gonna drop like a couple products that just say I am the reason and market that to like, you know, entrepreneurs. That's a fire slogan. And stuff like that.
Yeah, that's definitely a fire slogan.
Shout out to my brother who came up with it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Because first it was Be the Reason, but then this flower company out of Long Island, 1-800-flowers.com, you know, they trademarked it. And at the time, I didn't have a trademark lawyer, so they took the trademark because of my, you know, negligence and stuff like that. So I just trademarked I am the reason. And I have a couple other trademarks too that, you know, I've trademarked and, you know, haven't released yet, but I'm just waiting for the right time to, you know, get my life together even more than what it is now.
Word.
Hell yeah. All right, so we got some shit for you today. You were definitely very entrepreneurial. But like I said already, a lot of people that watch the show are artists. So I want to ask some questions that about some scenarios they might run into when working with photographers and videographers. So you film the hotspots, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So the first thing I want to ask.
Well, you want to explain what the hotspots are?
Yeah, facts. That's a fact.
All right, so the hotspots over at Say Let's Do More Entertainment,
SLDM.
Yeah,
shout out at the beginning. Facts.
You know, I actually got, you know, the CEO. I got King Mill here. He's somewhere in the building.
Facts. Check out the video with him the interview we did with him first.
We just came here. He had a reaction video. But,
facts.
Basically, it's a very different from other mic performance in front of a mic and, you know, performing. And the way we do it different is, you know, our takes and the vision and the way we shoot it and the way the camera angles and they move and everything like that is different from, you know, everyone else. Because I remember King was saying like, yo, there's a billion of these now, you know, but they all got like the same shot and then they transition to one shot and they transition to one shot. Like, okay, this is a performance in front of a mic.
Okay, yeah. And so like
we have like more of an art to it, like, you know, like something more aesthetic and pleasing to somebody's eye. Like, oh wow, I like the way.
I love the colors y'all use.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. Color, the transitions, the effects that we use,
all that stuff.
It's basically like a music video for your Instagram, your social media. If you can't, like, if your budget is not big enough for like a full production, you know, music video. Hell yeah. You know, right now they're priced at like $200. You know, so, you know, if you're watching this, you know, cop now. We're located in Brooklyn. We're about 30 minutes away from Peekskill. So
two people right here who are able to like make your songs really come to life in a way that's like pretty unique. You know what I mean? You with the hotspots and you with the Encore acoustic videos. Like he plays the piano and has
basically
dope
what we did, but like
too.
Actually professional.
I don't know if this is a question, but one thing I want to say is you got, if you're an artist, you got to put out as much content as you can.
That's facts.
Because it's a very like, what's that word when this is so much saturated? It's a very saturated industry.
Saturated. That's a
you know,
fact.
everyone wants to be an artist. Everyone, even the managers want to be more popular than the artist. It's just like there's so much that goes into it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my bad. There's so much that goes into it. So it's just like I have this like ladder system where it motivates me to be like, yo, what can I do today to make me better than I was yesterday? So it's just like, if you're putting out 3 songs a week, there's someone above you on that ladder putting on 4 songs a week. And there's someone under you putting on 2 songs a week. So if you want to be better than yourself and better than the competition that's right above you, you got to put out 5 songs a week.
Word.
But guess what? When you're putting out 5 songs a week, someone's putting out 6 songs a week. And then someone under you is putting 4 songs a week. That person that was right above you. So it's just like, damn, what we gotta ask yourself, what can I do more that will get me more out there? And it has to kind of do with like flooding the market, like really putting yourself out there, networking, you know, putting out good quality content, and not just working with everybody because they got a camera, but working with people that have an eye for it, that will treat you like they would treat anyone else. Like I like treating my clients with 10 followers the same way I treat someone as far as Jadakiss or A Boogie or people with millions of followers, you know, because we're all people at the end of the day, and we're all creatives, and we all have this art, you know. It's all art. There's no like art point one or art. Everything's just art. So it's just like you gotta surround yourself with people that are gonna like look at your vision and be like, cool, this is what we can do for it. Like if being an artist, if you came to me, it's just like, okay, you have this song. First of all, am I gonna like the song? You know, is it worth my time to keep listening while we're editing it? You know, we're gonna get tired of it. Are we really invested in this, or are we gonna tell you like, yo, let's pick a different song, or you know, let's
as the content shoot, like the editors and the film shooters, and
because it's a whole production. You know, you have BTS,
so it makes a difference to you. To like the song that you're shooting, you feel a lot more passionate about it, and you put a lot more.
I've heard lots of
I mean,
for sure.
It definitely. I don't want to waste my time on a song. I feel like it could be better. Like if it's not fully mixed or mastered, or if it's not like
that's just
you didn't put no work into it. Why are you coming to me thinking like I'm going to put the same work to you and give you treatments and locations and ideas and creativity and spending my time on time to cut it. So I like to save people. You know, let's save your budget for something else. You know.
Really?
Okay.
So you know.
Okay. All right, hold on. I want to bring it back. I like where we're going, but we All right. So bring it back to the hotspots.
Okay.
All right. What makes a video just the hotspot is just an example, but it's just a what the fuck, what metaphor? I don't know what the word is of just you work with a lot of artists. There's a lot of artists that do the hotspot. So what is it about an artist that when you're working makes you think this is the one versus this is a waste of time?
It's never really a waste of time because everyone's art is art, you know. Like you got to respect that.
You get paid.
You got to you get paid. You got to respect the fact, like, yo, this is someone that's coming up here and they're trying. I'd rather give my time to the person that trying than the person that be like, you know, whatever, you know, let's do this.
For it.
When I'm filming the hotspots, there's a lot of like key components: performance, how stiff you are, like your vibe, the song, and then the appearance. Those are like three factors that like
how they dress and shit.
Yeah.
Do you see something in particular artists, some strategies that they use to get better prepared? Like, are they stretching? Are they pulling their legs? Are they talk? Like for me, I try to like talk to you as the guest, like before the camera starts on. And like I just try to have a conversation that might be a little bit similar. So like that's how I prepare myself and maybe help prepare you for the conversation as well.
I see a lot of people stretch. I see a lot of people stretch. I see a lot of people like take deep breaths. Smoke a blunt, maybe take a shot.
Smoke a blunt's not.
There's like different things, you know. But the most important thing I look for is like, how comfortable are you with performing? You should want to get up there and want to do this. Like I'm gonna do it like this. I can't remember his name, but he came on the other day, and he's like from Pakistan, and he was already thinking like, yo, I already premeditated my performance, and like I was taking a shower and I was just like, this is what I'm gonna do. Like that should already be done before you get to the hotspot.
Okay,
you know, even if it's your first time doing it, you're gonna see we post a lot of them. You know, there's a lot of them posts up there. You know, and if you know what you're getting yourself into,
you got behind the scenes footage.
Yeah, well, you need to be like, okay, this is what it is. It's a performance. Right. You know, as an artist, you got to be like, this is a performance. This is what I'm going to do. This is the kind of vibe I'm going to give out. And this is the kind of energy I want to show people.
I got a question. This is not what I wrote down, but I'm just curious. So what % of artists really take it serious with the performances versus kind of be like, bullshit and just winging it? If you had to put a number on it.
A number, like put like a percentage on it?
Like a number, like 65% serious, 35% bullshit, vice versa.
Man, I want to say like everyone in there is at some point serious, you know, because they're in there, they're spending money.
Because they're spending money, they take it more serious, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be so.
I would. If you put me on a generic, I would say about half, 50%.
Really, half take it serious, half don't.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like people come in there like, all right, cool. This is a cool thing to do. I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah, like they don't look like they.
But then the other half are like, all right, this is a piece of content that I can afford, and it's in my budget, and I can do this, and I can perform it, and I can kill it, and I can push myself out there and get discovered by one more person. Because at the end of the day, it's about being 1% more better every day. Because
that's real.
You know, I meet you, right? You repost my stuff. 5 other people see it. They're like, oh, I fuck with this. 2 people repost it from the one person. You know, that's 3 people. Then 2 more people. Then down the road, it's just now you have 100 people reposting your stuff, reviewing your stuff that you never had before in the beginning. And you start building a following, right? And then it's just like, how many times are you willing to do that until you have 100K followers or 10K followers? So I have like this analogy that let's say there's fresh water at the top of a mountain, and you know that quote that's like, you can't bring a horse to the lake and you can't make him drink it. Like, what if I don't want to drink that water? Like, what if that's not the type of water quality that I want to drink? What if I want to go work harder and go to the top of the mountain to get like the purest spring water? But the thing is, you have this bucket and it has a little bit holes in it, and you have to fill that bucket, then walk down the mountain and fill your water reserve, your reservoir, and you got to do that. How many times do you have to do that to fill it up? Is the question you have to ask yourself at the end of the day. Are you willing to go up the mountain and hike up, then get the water, and then it's like 50 pounds or however much it is it can carry, and then you're losing some on the way down, and then you got to dump it in your reservoir so you can drink it later? Like, you got to ask yourself, are you willing to do that every time? Are you willing to go to the studio, to record this song, to drop a snippet, to then release it, and I'd be like, oh yeah, this is the best song. I'm gonna release this. You know, like I'm gonna hold on to this.
Yeah,
that's another thing on too that artists are really doing. Like they think that's the best shit that they ever made.
Yeah,
and then 5 years ago, like 5 years later, they're like, oh my god, I make way better music than I did now. And I can't believe I was always holding on to that. So me, I'm more of like just drop that shit. You know, like yeah like to drop it. You know, like
so like. You said before, like the person that's making 6 songs a day is doing better than the person that's making 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not necessarily, because
that's what I was about to ask you, because it sounded like you're saying
different ladders. There's different ladders,
yeah,
and there's different rooms, and there's different doors and different rooms that you go into. So if you think of it as a building, you could be on the ladder, but then there's someone on the elevator. And then there's someone on that's coming up the top of the building in the helicopter.
Okay,
so it's really like a building structure. Like, you could be on level 1, make 1 great song, and it can boost you up than the other people that are putting 5 songs and they're like mediocre, they're mid, you know, but everyone's going up on their own level. But then you could fall off, like, oh, he's just a one-hit wonder, and you see it happen. Like, yo, what happened to that guy that, you know, made that song? You know, what happened? He's not dropping music, he's not dropping content, he's not being known or anything like that.
I feel like the greats are pretty selective with what they release, and to the point where it like doesn't flood their catalog with stuff that's like not too saturated.
I think
at least as an artist, maybe
I think if your artist coming up
like different.
I think you should be flooding.
You think you should be flooding?
You should be flooding.
That's what Russ did, so it worked for us.
Yeah, until you get a fan base.
Until then,
until like you get like a good 100 people that can like repost your stuff every day and like every post that you make. Yeah, because they're the ones that are gonna, you know, push your shit to go even way up. It has to do a lot of consistency, persistence, and mental health. And
mental health.
Yeah, and
that's something you talk about. So I want you to dig deeper into that.
Definitely something.
We'll talk about that more. But I'll let you finish your thoughts.
It's definitely about who you know, how you know them, how hard you work. But the most important thing is how right you work for yourself. Because if you're not working right for yourself, then, you know, it doesn't matter how hard you work or how many people you know, how many connections you know, and stuff like that.
Bro, that's why I hate networking events. A lot of people go there.
What?
No, I don't like them. A lot of people go there just networking, and a lot of them have nothing to offer. I used to go to networking events that had nothing to offer.
But you meet a couple dudes at the networking event that do have something to offer, and you can tell.
Yeah, but I don't have anything to offer them.
You don't.
So it's like back then when I went to them.
Back then when you went to them.
facts.
But so now you don't hate networking events. Back then, and I feel that 1,000,000%. What I would try. I would try. I don't know, because you find mentors in those situations. You know what I mean? Like in the networking events, I love networking events, bro. I couldn't be more like
you find mentors. You find people.
That's what it is.
You like networking events?
Yeah.
Over like, all right, so if you could go to an event that you know, like a couple people that you kind of fuck with that are doing like a good shit, or spend time doing your work that night, what would you choose?
If I can meet managers and people that point fingers and people that make executive decisions, I want to be in that room. if I'm in a room with a bunch of artists and stuff like that.
Yeah, but when you have something to offer, right?
Nah, even when I didn't have nothing to offer, I still wanted to get that contact.
You
I still want to get that contact because
you get that content. So you're saying that
later down the road, I may not have that content or anything like that, but I'm gonna get it.
Mm-hmm. I feel that. Shit, you mentioned before that you work super hard and you'll outwork anybody in the room.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, what's your philosophy on that? Like, you really like team no sleep? And do you encourage that for people? Like building on the mental health conversation.
I'm team sleep.
Team sleep. Okay.
Definitely team sleep.
Okay. Definitely team sleep, but team work 18 hours a day.
We on Encore do not advocate team no sleep. Let me just say that right now. That is the dumbest shit you could possibly do. Do not do that.
So let me tell you about my team sleep. So it's just like I work 18 hours a day, but now I go to sleep for like 12.
Okay.
And then after waking up from my 12, I'll go 16, 18, 20, like until I'm burnt out. And then, I'll take my naps here and there and then I'll go to sleep. Mm-hmm. Sleep is more important because you gotta repair your cells, you gotta regenerate. That's all those things happen when you sleep. Your body gets rid of toxins, you start regenerating, so definitely team sleep.
Yeah. Team sleep.
Oh, so back to my philosophy on being the hardest worker in the room. You just gotta have that mentality and be like, yo, now you're not gonna outwork me. Like I'm gonna put out better content than you. I'm gonna present myself more than you. I'm going to go the extra mile. I'm going to ask everybody in the room what they do. Mm-hmm. I'm going to see what I can do for them and what they can do for me. I'm going to make sure I'm fast. I'm agile. I make sure I use my words correctly. I make sure I'm very persuasive. I make sure I listen to people, and I make sure I make people feel good, because at the end of the day, if you make people feel good, you can get them to do whatever they want for you. And it's actually one of the laws in the 48 Laws of Power. I don't know if you guys ever read it. Yeah. It's a very deceiving book.
I was about to say that.
You're a manipulator at the end of the day, but if you have stuff to offer and you manipulate people, it cancels out.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I feel that. That's a good way to put it.
If I'm using you, but you're using me for what I know and for what I can do for you,
and you're aware of that, and you're aware, we're both aware of that. If you're both conscious,
why not make you feel good about doing something for me, and then me doing something for you and making you feel good?
That makes sense to me.
Oh my God, Marco opened that door for me. I'll do whatever, All I had to do is open the door for somebody, and now that person will do anything for me. And then I gotta look over that person while they're in that room and that door, like, yo, don't do this mistake. This is what I did coming up, and it can I curse on this?
Yeah.
And it fucked me up,
bro.
And it fucked me up. So it's just like,
we haven't cursed yet. We're like 30 minutes in.
Oh, at this one? Oh, maybe not. I don't curse that much, but yeah.
So
sorry, I feel that.
So it's just like there's many other attributes that go into the on the hardest. Even if I'm not the hardest working person in the room, and there's someone that has more money than me or that has more content than me, I'm still gonna have that mentality because that's gonna push me to go past that person. And then there's a thing that says, oh well, there's no competition. Yes there is. Yes there is. Competition is the thing. But you shouldn't be in that mentality where like, oh, there's competition. I'm like, nah, there is competition, and I gotta overwork that because there is gonna be someone in there that takes better pictures than me, better video than me. But then I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna research, and I'm like, okay, I see this person's not doing this. I'm gonna do this and make it better, right. And then boom.
Yo, I feel like I'm on the same type of time as you, and everyone, literally everyone, except for him. Actually, no, even him. He tells me that I'm going to burn out, drive myself crazy, burn and crash. I'm sure you hear that too. You do.
Yeah.
What do you say to people that say that? He didn't say I was going to burn and crash. He said I should take a week off though.
No, I think you deserve it. But where deserve comes into, like, what does it mean to deserve it? I feel like it might inspire you a little bit more. Like when you said you went to Boston, you had a good experience. Not to cut you off of your response, Marco, but I do feel like this deserves a moment. Bro, this man works all the fucking time and does not stop. And that's cool. I respect it. But I do think sometimes you deserve a little vacation.
You know where you're wrong? Poncho, you love what you do?
Absolutely.
It's not work. It's not work.
That's beautiful, bro.
It's not work.
That's
if you love what you
beautiful.
do, it's not work. Because you're not gonna be like, oh man, I have to do this. I have to do this podcast. I was mad excited to come today. Like I hit up King. I'm like, yo, you still coming today? He's like, yo, I almost forgot about that. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Damn, King man, what the fuck?
It wasn't it.
Nah. You know, because he be busy, be working. You know, like I was on top of it because it was. You know, this is my a guest appearance and stuff like that. Kim was just here the other day, and we got a lot of stuff going on. But like, if you love what you do, it's not work. You know, it's like for me, this is not work. This is me networking. This is me being on a platform. This is me allowing to give gems to other people that are going to be watching this. And it's just like I may influence other people, which I love doing. You know, like, yo, go follow your dreams, go kick dust. I got this thing called kicking dust. Like, if you put something on this table and you don't move it, it's gonna collect dust.
Facts.
But if you kick that shit, dust's never gonna settle on it, and your dreams aren't gonna never settle. So you always gotta be kicking dust, or you're gonna be left in the dust. So that's like my whole thing.
That makes
about
sense.
like the whole kicking dust shit. But what was I saying?
The vacations maybe. Speaking on that, like, is it?
Yeah. So
do you take vacations for yourself? Not
I like taking vacations.
Yeah,
I've been to a lot of places.
What do they do for you? Or
I be free. I be like getting away from work and being like,
but I thought it's not work. I thought you loved it.
It is work. It is work.
It is work. At the same time. Yeah,
because you still put in work. Like, you know, like,
I feel you.
It's not work in the sense of like, oh my god, this is a 9 to 5 and I gotta do this. It's not. That's work.
Like, you chose this life for yourself.
But work, that's different.
Like,
that's just like,
you
I
gotta wake up at 8 o'clock to make the 9 o'clock train. That's fucking work. That's like work. You're working.
I like putting in work. I don't like work. I like putting in work.
I like that. That's me. I fuck with that.
I've been to almost the whole East Coast. I just have Vermont and Maine. I've been to Wisconsin, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, the whole East Coast. I haven't been to Louisiana, Mississippi, or Alabama, but those are my next states after Vermont and Maine. I've been to Europe. Fire. I've been to Central America, Caribbean.
So why do you like those trips? What do you feel like they do for you?
I get to be free and explore and get my mind off of, because it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of stuff, working on stuff, being in front of the computer network. It gets exhausting. Yeah. You know, so like even if you love doing it, you kind of get like sick and tired of it, and then you plateau, and then you start getting depressed. Like, yo, I can have that happened to me recently, like in the beginning of this month, June, where I got depressed. I got like post trip depression because I saw what's out there. My first time in Europe and everything like that, and I'm like, yo, I want to live this life, but it was expensive, and I'm like, yo, how can I make more money? How can I be there for myself even more than I am now? And it got me depressed because I was just like, I'm so grateful of where I am now, but there's more for me out there. So like, New York is definitely not the place to stay, like you were saying before we did this podcast, but I definitely want to move around. I have almost 400,000 miles on my Camry Toyota. I have 296,000.
Oh shit, you take care of your shit, bro. Take care of it. Crazy.
If you take care of things, it'll last. That's for everything.
Like, your body too.
You take care of your dreams.
Change your oil. Yeah, but your dreams.
Yeah, so it's just like.
I like the way you're articulating these thoughts, bro. For real, I definitely resonate with that.
So definitely, if people telling you feel burnout, they just don't know. They're ignorant to that whole like art of putting in work and what that really takes. It's more than motivation. Like me, I don't get motivated. I have like a purpose. I have people's dreams to fulfill that aren't here anymore, that they told me their dreams, and it's just like, damn, I got to keep these dreams alive because that's the only way I can like give solitude to myself, because they're not here no more. So it's just like, I would want that for me, like I'm gonna take my homie's dream and I'm gonna take it with me.
That's fire.
So now I'm doing what one of my friends, he wanted to do. He wanted to film concerts, travel the world, to vlog, and I'm like, yo, I'm doing that, and I'm like, wish I could call him and be like, yo, I'm on stage with top 5 Dead or Alive. I'm on stage with A Boogie. I'm on stage with Fat Joe. I'm like, it's like bringing a reality, and like, it came so fast because I didn't even see myself doing it. I was just doing it. I was just doing what I had to do every day to make sure I get here. And it was just like,
and those opportunities.
And that's what I want to tell everybody. Like, yo, you just got to keep really being consistent no matter what, and really put yourself out there and put content and network and surround yourself around the right people that are going to force you to level up. You know, like King Mill, he's always on top of me. Donald, I have a little protege. She's not little, but she's a big protege. Emily, you know, I'm teaching her everything about cameras and stuff like that.
That helps you? Does mentoring other people help you a little bit?
Yeah. It's a faster way to go even more up, because you get to find new ways about yourself, about like, this is what I'm really made out of. This is how I can teach someone under pressure, because it's a great amount of pressure coming here, being creative. You know how a computer gets too hot when you're like overworking it? It's like our brains do the same thing. Like your brain's gonna get hot, you're gonna start yawning, and it's gonna be immense pressure. Like, oh my God, I gotta take a break. Like, go to the spa, go for a walk, go do yoga, go to the gym, you know, go do stuff that's not just putting in work. You know, go put in work for your mental health too. And that's a big thing I really want to talk about. I'm actually writing a book on that. It's called Over the Barrier, because where I come from, I'm a first generation immigrant, not immigrant, but like my parents are immigrants. I'm a first generation born American. So it's just like there was that barrier where it's
Guatemalan,
like,
right?
Yeah. There was like that barrier that we want to get over. And I feel like I'm just now getting over that barrier where, you know, I'm really defying what I'm really doing, in the sense of like, someone told me today, like, yo, there would be thousands, if not millions of people want to be in your position. They're hitting me up like, yo, can I come to this event? I know, yo, they're gonna be on stage at this event at Rolling Loud. Can I come for you for the day? And I'm over here like, I'm just there, going to go do what other people are like trying to get into, and it puts me in a state of being humble and having gratitude, and it keeps me at the edge of my seat, because I'm like, okay, when I'm out there in the field, how can I be more creative with my shots? How can I move, you know, the camera where I could tell a story and be more creative, and just like, I don't know, it's just a type of energy.
Nah,
you see my videos,
sense, bro. Yeah,
you see my videos, like my recaps, they're like,
yeah, your recaps are fire, bro.
It feels like you're there.
I literally wonder, like, did Marco shoot these? Because I'm like, these shits are dumb fire. And
what you mean if I shot the? Yeah,
bro, I'm like, these shits like, cause you're right next to the artist. Like, you're like with this A Boogie and all this, like, and Jada. I'm like, yo, this shit is so fire. I'm like, this shit is fire, bro. You really did your thing, OD.
It's nervous at first, because you're like, I really gotta get this shot. And they moving around on stage, and it's just like, I really gotta focus my camera angle. I gotta be like agile.
So you're so focused.
All my experiences and holding the camera and holding the gimbal and everything like that in the past made up for the big experiences where I'm like, yo, all those little times I did that over and over again matter now, because I know how to handle the stabilizer. I know how to handle the camera angles. If I did that when I first started, I didn't even know what ISO meant, shutter speed, aperture. I just clicked the camera, pointed it, and my pictures came out blurry. They came out dark. They came out overexposed. You know, so it was that experience like, oh man, this picture looks too bright. Let me fuck around with this setting and see what it looks like. And then I fucked around with it, you know? So for anyone out there that wants to get into camera, there's a triangle. It's called ISO, aperture, and shutter. You want to get it right in the sweet spot in the middle of those three to create the perfect image or the perfect video.
Is there a lot of artistic taste that comes into that sort of decision, or is like, what does it mean to be perfect? Like, is there a science to it?
Yeah. So you gotta have like in this room, you see we have this light.
Yeah.
And you were like, don't make me too white.
Yeah.
When you said like
Poncho makes me too white sometimes.
Yeah. Yo.
I'm a little white right now.
In post, make him white so he can look like what's happening. You can edit stuff in post too. But for me, I think it's better to have things a little bit overexposed, so you can bring it down in post.
Okay.
Oh, you show the raw being overexposed.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, but if you have I like to get it in a sweet spot where it's just like, all right, it looks good now. So even when I go post edit, it's gonna look even better when I color grade it and everything like that.
Yeah, but I always go, if I had to pick between under and over, I'm always picking over too.
So basically, aperture, it handles the little thing in the middle of the lens. Yeah. To see how much light goes into the sensor.
I think you called it a pupil once.
Yeah, it's like a pupil thing. Yeah. And then ISO is how much light the sensor can accept. It could be brightness or how much light you tell it to accept. And then shutter speed is the thing that closes and it captures the light
as quickly
as possible. So the faster you have that, the more faster you can capture like a cheetah running. But if you have it lower and you try to shoot a cheetah, it's gonna look like it's blurry, like it's moving. You know what I mean?
I want to ask more questions about that, but maybe that's too technical.
Yeah. Fucking bad.
Yeah, nah, you good, bro.
All right, we back. So okay, I'm gonna ask you an open-ended question. All right, what are some things artists do that piss you off while you're working with them?
They act like they too good for everybody.
Yeah,
they act like too bougie. Like I'm not. Like I'm not one of the best people you're gonna be working with. Like I feel like I'm the best out of my area. There is one person I feel like that's a little bit above me and everything. His name is Raheem. Raheem Givens.
Shout out you for shouting him out.
Yeah, he's super fire. I feel like I look up to him, you know, with content creation and everything like that. A video, you know, he has more experience than me. But still, I'm still on my rocket. Like so I say that to say like we the best from our area. We're the two best. So like if I'm gonna say I'm the best out of my area, then he gotta come with me too, because the amount of respect I have for him and just the relationship we had, you know, like there's a lot of politics behind it, but like he was really there. He like really believed in me from like the beginning, and he was one of the people to be like show me different tips and tricks. And a lot of people, you know, hold that back. They make it trade secrets, and I'm like, I don't want you to win. I'm gonna hold this information back.
He mentored you. He gave you the.
He didn't really mentor me, but whenever I had a question, he did mentor me. Whenever I had a question, he would be like, "Yo, you know," he would tell me it, and then it was just
he wouldn't keep it from you.
Yeah,
you notice that
he gave me he loved me for free. So it was, you know, and now, you know, I got a good, you know, solid relationship, friendship with him, and he does dope work. And I feel like if you were to ask me like who would be on my level, it would be him. And I say that too because I see a lot of videographers out there in the field, and they're really not like putting in that work. Not because they can't, but because they don't know anything else. They don't know that like, oh, if I do it from like this angle, because they don't have experience like that. And it's like even the people that do have experience, they're really not. They can do way more. They have way more potential. I look at a lot of creators. I'm like, yo, this person can do a lot more. You know, and I'm always asking like, what is holding them back? And it's like the same things that's holding us all back. You know.
But even with the skill you have, you feel like a lot of people act too good for you.
Oh yeah. So back to that. People act like they too good. Like, oh, get out of here. Like you nothing. Like they have like this ego and stuff like that. And I really don't like that. I really don't like when you treat somebody like you better than them.
Yeah.
Even when I say I'm the best, there's someone always under me in that ladder. You know,
and you're not gonna approach it when somebody's like, "Yo, can you come for this thing?" You're gonna be like, "I'm the best," and like you walk in it like carrying yourself.
I'm not like.
You'll put in the work to show that you're the best.
I'm too good for to come on this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, who are you guys?
Because people make it like a branding thing. Just because I have this amount of like followers, I'm better than everybody else.
Yeah, the followers don't mean. I used to look at followers like, yo, now it's all fake.
No,
yeah.
It's like, and Comeup opened my eyes to that. It's like it's all fake. It's all planted. It's all artificial. You know, like you really look at social media, it's just not really like how it used to be. People posting their food, their hotels. And now it's just now it's just look at me. I'm this, and it's just like
show you the best moments of my life in the last.
Yeah, I want to show you. When I post, I'm like, I want to show you the best work. I want to show my work. And what I post, like all my content, I always post it, and then I post it on my camera page. You know, Marco shot me, and then I think another thing. It doesn't piss me off, but when people don't talk about like how they're gonna take care of you, I think that's another thing.
How they gonna take care of you?
Like artists expect you to do shit for free, and it's just like, damn, open the door for me, get me in a room, pay me, or like do something where I get my money's worth creating for you. And it's just like that's something recent that I really like looked into it, because I used to do a lot of stuff for free. That's why when you ask me like if I owe anyone anything, not really. Probably Jamal, King Mill, KP, Village, Frankie. Those are people that really opened doors for me, and not even them can tell me like, you owe me, because I put in the work when I got in that room. I did a lot of free shit for a lot of people. So no one can say like, yo, I got you there. Like, nah, I got myself there. You just opened the door for me, and I really appreciate that. And I'm like, yo, thank you for opening. I always tell people like, yo, thank you for opening this opportunity. Thank you for opening the door for me. But when I get in that room, I'm the hardest person in that room. I'm the hardest worker in that room. Don't talk to me. Don't try to be my friend. I'm there to work.
Is that your energy? Yeah.
That's
when you
my
go
energy.
Into like a big, like you're not.
That's my energy. I'm not trying to talk to you. I'm already there.
You're there
like,
to work.
I want to work. I want to get shit done, and I want to be the best it could be. Like, don't talk to me about how my day was. Let's talk about the mission and what we're gonna do and how we can execute this plan so that I can go as smooth as possible.
Wow.
You know, like if I came in here and I was like, yo, you know, what we got to talk about and everything like that. All right, cool. You saw how we didn't talk about like gossip or anyone else. Like, nah, like
fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit. Like, nah. If it's not about money or about my dreams or about your dreams, don't fucking talk to me. You know, that's where my aggressive comes in. Because at the end of the day, I am a nice guy. I am gonna help you. I am gonna teach you these tips. I am gonna give you this little rocket. We're like, yo, this is where I started. These are the tools that I use to build my rocket. Here, this is free game. This is put in the work. I'm not gonna be in there you and hold your hand and do all that stuff. Like, nah, get away from me. You know, like, what do you really want? Because you're gonna only be around me, and you're only gonna want my content, all the free stuff I do for you. And then once you go up, you're gonna leave me. And I already experienced that. And I'm like, yo, I don't want to be around that no more. So recently, I've been more stern with like, damn, what's the budget? Like, how can I be compensated? How can you help me? And it's like one hand washes the other, but then you gotta wash your hands too, because you're not gonna shake my hand with those dirty ass hands. You know,
that's real.
So like,
fair enough.
You know, I don't want you around me. I don't want you to have your phone out and be like, yo, I'm backstage with this, and like, look at me. And it's like, nah, I didn't bring you so you can do all that. I brought you so you could work and network and put this on your portfolio. And that's why I fuck with my protege, Emily. You know, she with me. She's learning everything. Everything I'm teaching her. She learning all that. You know, I'm guiding her. I'm not yelling at her. I'm not making her feel dumb or stupid because she made a mistake. It's like, yo, I made this mistake too. Don't worry about it. This is how we fix it, and this is how we move forward. You know, things like that. And then I feel like people aren't like that. Like, some of the artists I work with, they're not like that. Like, I'm the artist. My shit's hot. I do whatever I want to do.
What I say goes.
I'm the leader. Like, there's no room for you to say anything about anything that I want to do. There's no room for your creativity. And then for people like that, like, all right, cool, let's shoot the shot. I'll hold the camera and let's do it. I'll still put in my best work. I'm just keep my mouth shut, you know, because like,
I hear that.
You know.
So what is it? I'm curious, because what is it that you saw in Emily that made you want to commit your time and energy into like educating her and mentoring her in that way? Because, you know, that's something that I'm in this stage where I'm trying to like pitch myself to people, and I've done a successful job at it so far. But like, I'm sure
Emily,
people...
she a creator. She's a chef. She's a creator. She was doing her own thing before I came in the picture. So she already had that drive and the ambition to be a creator.
You noticed it?
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, cool.
What did you see about it though? Was it time? Was it quality? Like, what did you see specifically in her that you distinguish her from others? Persistence. You know,
yeah. Or being organized, being on top of things, being creative. You know, she gets her phone and she lowers the lighting setting and she takes these nice candid pictures. It's like super dope. Like, I haven't seen no one ever do shit like that. So it's just like the way she handles things, the way she likes to prepare for things. You know, when I brought her to the first event, she's like, yo, let's get this way. She was giving me direction. I'm like, I bet that's good. So I like that. You know, I don't want no one to be next to me and be like, oh, Marco's better than me. He's up there. And like, nah.
Really?
You around me, we on the same level. If I fuck with you, I'm gonna teach you everything I know to get where I am, and then you're gonna take that and you're gonna make your own version of it, create your own path.
That's a gem right there, bro. That's something I feel like people who are looking for mentorship, they don't necessarily see themselves on the same level, and then people don't treat them as like somebody that's they're trying to give to and they see potential in. You know what I mean? So that makes perfect sense, bro.
And that goes back to the philosophy of like, yo, I'm not gonna look at you and be like, yo, I only got 2 cameras. You got 3. and you got 3 really good ones, I'm not gonna look at that like, damn, I wish I had that. I don't even got like these mic setups. You know, I got like 1 boom mic for my podcast, and then I got a camera, 2 angles, and I'm like, I'm not gonna look at that. What I am gonna say is, how can I get there? How can I get where that person is? I'm not gonna be like, oh, why isn't that person me? How come I'm not there? No, how can I get there? And how can I get there? That's it. What I got to do to get there? You know? Oh, these mics. How much are these mics? Yo, how much are these mics? Oh, these mics are $150 each.
Okay, I noticed cool. You were asking about the pricing and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Dope. I'm gonna go see how I can get $150 3 times and go buy those mics. What I got to do $150? Oh, I got to do 3 photo shoots, charge 3 clients $150, then save that and go buy those mics.
So you put that plan.
I put that plan, and then you just micronize. That's not even a word. Fuck it. Micronize. You micronize your dreams into smaller things, and then eventually you have something big. You know, like, okay, what I got to do? I have no clients. Go drive Lyft. Go do DoorDash. Go get a job. You know, save your money. Don't go out. Go drinking. Don't go spend your money on stupid shit, stupid clothes. You know, like really put forth to it. You know, don't go buy $200 shoes and then not put $200 and not get a hotspot to make content for your video if you're an artist.
Fair enough.
Fuck the shoes. Let me go do this hotspot. Let me go book somebody, if it's not me or Comeup, to go do this music video. Let me go get this. Go in the studio. Oh, let me buy this drip. Look nice for the gram. Let me look fly. That's another thing I hate too. Like, yo, why aren't you putting that much effort into your career? Like, if
a lot of people don't care. Let me just say that too.
Yeah, if it was me, I'd look like a bum before I buy some nice shit and not worry about my fucking passion and dreams. Fuck that. Fuck what people think. You know, because at the end of the day, it's me and my shoes and what I know. And if I know that, then that's what the fuck I'm gonna know. Yeah, you need to like clip that part, because it's like one of those moments where it's like, what the fuck does that even mean? And it's like, yo, you really gotta be in that position to be like, yo, I know what the fuck that means, and that's that point to me. You know, I know that my last car was a money pit, but this car drives me mad miles. It gets me from A to B.
Right, you said 400,000 miles.
Yeah, I don't gotta put that much money into it. If my headlight goes out, I don't have to worry about spending $200 to replace the headlight. The little bulb with the little capacitor in the back.
$25.
This is not even like $10 at Walmart.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Some parts it's expensive because it's a hybrid, and you know, it's getting old. The car's getting old, but still, like, I put money into it. Yeah, I'm not gonna put money into my Audi that I had and just keep like, damn, this part is more expensive. Like,
yeah, that's facts.
So when it blew up, when the engine blew up on me, I was like, all right, cool, it's done.
And that was it. Then you invested in something more affordable.
Yeah.
Do you want to hit the quotes?
Let's hit the tweets. Yeah, let's hit the tweets. So we doing something. We run into your Twitter a little bit. So we're gonna ask you some things and just ask you to elaborate a little bit more on the things that you talked about on your Twitter. Just dig a little deeper so we can know, more specifically what your thought process was.
My Twitter,
there's some gems on this Twitter.
My Twitter is like fun. I made it back in high school. It's Polo Too Live. Everything's too live because I was always too live. Like, I was always like the popular kid who brought everyone together. I was in all the clubs. Yeah, I did sports. I was like in every picture in the yearbook and every club I was in. I was very involved, and it was just like, yo, I'm just too live. Like, I went to parties. I was the first one in my school to go to one of those teen night shits. I invited everybody, like, yo, come out to this teen night. I got my car. I drove everybody. I had like 6 people in my car. I got tickets. That's the first time I got tickets. I went to this teen night party in New Jersey. And the officer gave me tickets for having too many people in the car, no seatbelts, driving past 9, tints in the window, speeding.
All that. That's a lot of tickets.
I got like 7 tickets. I had to pay like $1,100. I was like 17 years old.
Jeez. Yeah, that's rough.
That happens.
Still got no points on my license though.
Yeah,
there you go.
But let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
I'm gonna kick the first one off. All right. November 27th, 2021.
Oh, you saying the dates?
You lose a piece of yourself every time you give energy to something that doesn't give any energy back. It may be small each time, but it will end up adding up.
Hell yeah. If you're doing something for somebody and you keep doing that, and they're not doing anything back, or they're not really giving you words of affirmation, a type of love that everyone deserves is a words of affirmation. There's physical, there's mental love. Words of affirmation, man. Like, if you do something for somebody and they're not like, yo, I appreciate you so much, you're such a great person. If you're not even getting that back, like, it takes a little bit out of you, and it gets you in the state of depression where it's like, I really love this person, but they're really not.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. Not that they don't give a fuck, but they're really not recognizing you for your whole value that you're worth. And if you really want to put things into perspective, I do make posts about it. It's just like, you gotta know your worth, and you gotta know your value. You know, your value is what you are to people. Your worth is what you are to yourself. So
big gem.
If you letting someone take that a little bit away from you, it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna start doubting yourself, putting yourself in situations, telling yourself, "Am I not good enough? What's wrong with me?" and things like that. So, for anyone out there that's doing stuff and you're not getting no reciprocation back, or even words of affirmation, just pull yourself back from it.
Yeah, you gotta dip.
And not you don't gotta dip. You just gotta stop. You just gotta stay where you are. And not move forward, not move backward, not move sideways. You just gotta really like sit down and stuff. Like, what is this really doing for me? Is it making me a better person? It already made you a better person. The fact that you're doing stuff for somebody makes you the best person. Like, that's the best type of people to have around you. People that will do stuff for you. Like, that's how kingdoms were conquered. Julius Caesar, Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan had millions, billions, cajillions of people that were like, we'll do anything for you, leader. Horses, boom, ransacked mad villages. So I had people that would do stuff for you.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's...
So kind of building off of that.
Yeah.
You said, are we doing dates? We'll do dates.
Yo.
November 5th of 2021.
Yeah, November?
Yeah. You said the law of subtraction is just as important as the law of attraction. I haven't heard that before.
Oh,
so
I agree with that. I've never heard that
into
either.
that
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So you know how you say like, oh, I want to attract my dreams. I want to attract the right people in my life. I want to attract, things that I never had before. But in order for those things to come into place, you have to subtract things that are taking up that spot where those things belong, where your dreams belong.
About it.
Okay.
So you need to subtract negative people, negative habits, things that just take up space. That's it. People and habits. It's all about what you do during the day that makes you who you are, and and makes your destination closer or further. So it's like, if you're not doing what you have to do, you gotta subtract those things from your life to keep doing things that you should be doing.
That's real.
If you want to attract waking up early, you gotta subtract staying up late.
Yeah, okay. That's such a simple example. That's such a good one. Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do one more each?
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
So
I like this. We should have like a whole podcast. Just
this shit is fun, bro. I love this. Yeah, we try to do this every episode.
All right. I'm curious what you have to say about this. February 2nd, 2021.
Damn,
that's a long ass time ago. Yeah. Once you realize that people's opinions are charged with their personal history, you will understand that every judgment is a confession. Because this is so long ago, do you still
say that again?
Okay. Once you realize that people's opinions are charged with their personal history, you will understand that every judgment is a confession.
Every judgment is a confession.
Do you still agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
Because if you're in a place of not knowing, you're going to look at something and be like, wow. I look back at that and I'm like, I know better now. So if I looked at Poncho and I was like, he's working 18 hours a day. Oh, he's working too much. I'm judging him by it. But then I don't know that. That's me confessing, saying, I don't know what Poncho's going through. I don't know what he does. I don't know anything about his lifestyle. I don't know how he works. I don't know how he functions. I don't know what makes him happy. I don't know any of that. So you're revealing yourself of the person you are and the person of how you think. Because someone that's a leader, someone that's very agile, and someone that will execute dreams will look at a situation and be like, yo, that person's putting in that work so he could get there, and then to get there, and then to get there, and then to get there, and to keep moving. I understand everything that person is doing right now. So I'm now confessing, like, I've been through those shoes. I've been through that phase. I've been through those experiences where that person is putting in the work. And that's my opinion. Like, yo, my opinion is I like what you're doing, and I feel like you should keep going. You know how good it feels for someone to tell you that? Like,
yeah,
a lot of people don't tell me that. A lot of people don't call my phone, text me like, yo, that shit was mad fire that you did. But they be, you know, liking it, telling me congratulations. Like, yo, this is mad fire. I'm so happy for you. But like to really like reach out to him, be like, yo, keep doing your thing. That's mad fire. Like it's like two different things, you know. And it's so the reaching out to like, yo, keep doing your thing. And the opinion is much more gratifying, satisfying, you know, to hear, because it's just like, wow, I have someone coming out of their time of day to tell me.
Yeah, it's just not a comment to receive another comment. Like,
yeah, it's not like, oh my God, like, keep doing your thing, bro. Like,
yeah, then they expect the same back of their post. Yeah.
Fire emoji. I'm
fire emojis.
I'm like, thanks.
Like,
thanks.
I feel that, bro. No, it makes sense. Like,
so it's like
building. I'll let you finish what you're saying, though.
Your opinions matter. Everyone's opinion matters. It's just, are you gonna care about it at the end of the day? And then are you gonna look at that person and really analyze why they're giving you that opinion? You gave me that opinion, like, I don't like your shirt. Why don't you like my shirt? Like, if this table only had one leg in the middle of it, and everything that was on it was stabilizing it, and you took something off, that's you giving your opinion. What are you gonna do to make that sure that table doesn't topple over? Are you gonna give me feedback? Are you gonna tell me things that I should do to make myself better? You're gonna tell me to keep going, like, or are you just gonna tell me like, yo, I don't like that? That's it. This shit don't matter to me.
Word.
So it's just like, opinions can be good or bad or constructive, but they all say a lot about different people, because it says a lot about people's understanding and what they know out of life and what they know out of experiences.
I 1,000,000% feel that, bro. Just bringing it to. When I said you need a vacation, I realized when Marco was talking about it, was like, I realized I need a vacation because I'm not doing what I love right now. I'm doing law school, which fucking sucks. So it's like, I'm doing stuff that, like, I know I need a vacation for.
But you're doing it with a purpose, though.
What you said?
You're doing it with a purpose.
I'm doing it with a purpose. Yeah. That's for sure. It still sucks, though. Because it's part of my process till the point that I reach a point where I can do what I love. You know what I mean?
Being in front of the computer and editing stuff all day nonstop.
Yeah, and not
that sucks.
Yeah,
Comeup, you gotta agree with me. That shit sucks.
Yeah,
like we get to have fun with it, but it's repetitive and it's just like, damn.
Yeah, like, I will say it's a little different because in law school I'm learning about, let's say, criminal law. I'm doing that all day trying to learn it. It's not applying to my career. I'm doing it for a grade that kind of matters, doesn't really, because it's like I'm going to make my own firm and I'm not reliant. But when you're at the computer, it is. But I'm not trying to make it like a.
I'm going to say one thing. There's different levels of the suck.
Yeah.
It sucks. Like,
different types of suck.
Damn, this shit sucks, but I'm happy. Then I'm like, oh man, this shit sucks, man. When I'm doing that, when I'm doing what I love, like, yo, this shit sucks. Like, I'm tired. Like,
yeah.
I take a break.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'd rather film shit and record stuff and not
that part of, but
that
part of the process,
because I get to like show my experience, but then it's just like my brain is being overworked. Like, I feel like it's getting too hot. I need a break.
I feel you.
Yeah, everything doesn't have to be perfect and like, oh my God, passion and success. It's just like, nah, this shit is greedy. You know, this shit is like, it is work.
Word.
People die for their dreams. People put in work. People like blood, sweat, and tears. Like, it's not 100% all like.
I feel that.
What people make it seem to be. It's not. It's not like open the dropshipping website and it's like, nah.
Yeah.
It's open the dropshipping website, order the stuff, have a bunch of shit in returns, worry about that, worry about your expenses, then worry about the profit.
Reviews and all that shit. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna build on that a little bit, and this one really stuck out to me because this is something I noticed a lot in my personal life with artists that I know. You said And I guess we're doing dates. So December 18th, 2021. You said, don't say you don't receive any love from your hometown if you aren't going to events to give the opportunity to people to love your craft. And that stuck out to me because I know so many artists that like do so much on the artistic side. They make their products, they do other things, and it's coming out fire comparatively to other people on their level. But it's like, you're not outside. People don't know who you are. People don't have the opportunity to even find out who you are because you're not outside. So I want you to dig, if you want me to repeat it one more time, but
I feel like, first of all, I know people that will jack that they're from somewhere else, like from the city.
That shit is crazy.
And that's crazy to me because like,
crazy.
Why? Like, what cool points are you trying to get out of that? Like, that's so whack.
There's people from Peekskill that do that.
Yeah, it's like,
shit is weird.
Be proud of where you're from. That's what made you who you are. You know, that's how you grew up. That's how you were raised. You weren't raised somewhere else and you didn't live the life that they lived. Like, nah, stop capping. And they're like, go to events. Go to your local pizza shop. See how you can do an event there. You know, flyers. But like, be involved with your community, because if you're not going to be involved in your community, you know, then where are you going to pop from?
And you talked about that today.
And you can't. J. Cole, he went to New York City, and he was from North Carolina, but you know he popped off in New York.
Yeah, you know? That's where you got it. That's a good example.
But he always reps that he's from Fayetteville. He always reps that he's from North Carolina.
He shows his connections. He shows his
connections.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I want to see the roots. I want to see the connections. I want to see why you're the way you are.
Don't fucking do that, because you're giving up a part of yourself that people could connect with you from.
Yeah.
And people from this.
Oh, where you made it from a small town?
Yeah.
Not big city. You made it from New York City.
What? Yeah, I don't know.
So it's just like,
I never understood that shit.
If there's showcases around you, go apply for those. Go, you know, submit. If there's podcasts around, if there's hotspot performances, go and like inquire about all that. It's like,
that's real.
How's it feel to get? You said today that you're officially getting, well, not necessarily officially, but you're getting the love from your city on your IG story, and I'm wondering how that feels for you to really be getting the support from your city, from everybody.
It feels great, because there's a lot of people from different towns, different part of the town, that like support me. Like, they want to see me win. Like, one of my boys, he lent me this piece of equipment that he really doesn't lend. He never lends out. But then I told him what it was for and everything like that, and I needed it. And he was like, yo, I want to see you win. So I was just like, I bet. I fuck with that. And it was like, that happened like 4 times. Like, I had 4 pieces of equipment, expensive equipment. And it was like, wow, people trust me for that. They want to see me win and capture this. So I was just like, and this is from different parts of the people from different parts that from the same town I'm from. So it feels so good to have that support.
That's fire.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of other people that like DM me and they congratulate me, and people that, you know, I would like look at me like, yo, I look at you as a competition, but I also look at you as inspiration. Like, I've had people say that to me, and I'm like, yo, I look up to you. Like, I like what you're doing. Keep doing it. And even when I posted about my depression, because I really had no one to talk to about, so let me post it. And there's a lot of people that were in comment and have that same feeling. They would come back from the vacation and they would feel like, how I felt, depressed after a trip, because there's more out there for yourself. Boy. And that New York is not the place to be, because it's fucking high ass rent. It's mad depression over here. I love where I'm from. I love New York, but it's just like, there's more out there than just this tri-state area. Like, there's so much more out there. There's so much. I'm about experiences. I'd rather experience something than anything else.
That's real.
Like, I want to experience what it feels like to eat a Greek salad in Greece and then leave, or eat a Sicilian slice in Sicily and then leave.
There you go.
So
word. Okay.
I think, or go to France and try cheeses.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted those experiences.
Word.
I've never been on a jet ski in Dubai. I want to experience what that feels like. I want to experience what it feels like to get on a private jet, fly to Westchester Airport to JFK. Say I did that.
That's a little extra. I don't know if that even makes sense.
Man, I could just say I could cross it off the list. I could cross it off the list of things. Yeah.
At
the end of the day, we're just a human experience, yo.
Yeah.
Like, imagine what it feels like to be an exploding star. Because energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. And if you look at that equation with Albert Einstein, where E equals mc squared, E equals mass times the speed of light squared. Right now, we are light particles moving at the speed of light squared, created into mass. When we die, I feel like we get transferred to the other side of that equation, which is just energy. Just pure raw energy that cannot be created, destroyed. It can only be transferred. So think of yourself as like, you're a blob and you're talking to God, and God is like, yo, what do you want to experience now? And I'm like, yo, I want to experience what it feels like to be a clap. Clap. That experience came and it left. Now that energy that was created doing all that, they go back into that room with God and be like, yo, that was amazing to be a clap. What do you want to experience now? Oh, I want to experience what it feels like to be a tornado. Then boom, randomly a tornado shows up somewhere in the world. It's just like, oh my God. Someone is, some soul, something is experiencing that. You guys get me? That's
I'm feeling you.
I don't know if I blew your mind or anything like that, but
that was different. I haven't heard it put like that.
Yeah,
I haven't put it.
Imagine being in that all white room and just a blob of energy. And you're like, I want to experience what it feels like to be an exploding star. And you get transferred to that energy, and then boom, you become an exploding star. And it's just like, you gotta ask yourself, what do you want to experience out of this life? How do you want to live your life?
That's real.
What is success to you?
Yeah.
Well, success for me is being able to, for people to look up to me, and me being able to follow my dreams and say I'm going to do those things and then do them.
Hell yeah.
That I look like, I told myself like, yo, I want to film concerts. I want to take pictures of celebrities. I want to go travel the world and vlog. I'm doing those things.
Hell yeah.
So I'm successful.
Word.
Because I'm doing what I said I was going to do. Okay. I walk it, I talk it, and living it.
Word. I don't think there's a better way we could close this out. So, yo, I appreciate you coming through.
Yo.
Margo, thank you, bro. Shit was fire.
Facts. We could definitely keep going, but I want to keep this digestible, so I don't want to call it now. Could you tell the people where to find you on social media?
Marco2 Live.
Word.
Yeah, that's basically everything. Yeah,
Word.
Instagram, and then I have Polo2 Live, my
Twitter.
Twitter.
Check his Twitter.
Yeah, Marco Antonio Sandoval, YouTube.
There you go.
So it's just, I like making videos about entrepreneurship. So like, I like, talking about like what to do if you're in this type of situation as an entrepreneur. And
you have a fire podcast on that too.
Yeah, I got my podcast.
I'm expecting another episode.
It's called CEO Talks.
Facts.
Yeah, I got like 14 episodes right now. I only got like 6 that are live, but I took a break from it.
Bro, you have 14 episodes and you only release 6?
Yeah. I like hoarding my content so I could drop consistently when I'm ready to.
Okay.
Because I did experience, man, now that I look at it, man, I really want to focus on my shit. Like, I've been doing so much stuff for people. I need to set time aside to be like, yo, I gotta edit this vlog for myself. Cause I have so much legendary footage. It's just like, damn, you could be doing. I want to show people that you can be out here doing this. What I did, and I came from the mud. I came from the mud and building bricks of my foundation out of that mud. And like, yo, if I could do it, if a little kid from Spring Valley, with immigrant parents, immigrant family, that that ate black beans Goya with tortillas and fucking cheese and onions, feta cheese, that ate that for 100 days straight, as a kid can do that, then why not you?
Word.
So,
that's real. Okay. Well, yo, this is episode.
It was great. It was great, guys. This is an amazing, this is an amazing experience.
Yeah,
this is an experience. Like.
I love that.
This now going out, I don't know what clips you're gonna use, looking at it.
I'm gonna run it back and figure it out. Yeah.
You editing it, you being a part of it, asking the questions, people that are gonna be able to see this, me, being here, it's an experience, and that's what I live for. That's how I'm really happy I did this.
Hell yeah,
we're happy you pulled up.
I appreciate you guys for having me.
Thank
you, bro.
Yo, this is episode 26 of the Encore Pod. I know you learned some shit from that, so please subscribe to the channel. Tap in with Margo, tap in with us. And what the fuck is my outro? And
you want me to outro it?
All right, yeah, fuck it, outro it, Mark.
Yo, what's up, guys? You just tuned into episode 26 of the Encore Podcast. Make sure you follow us on all social medias, and you follow Poncho, Daniel, and Marco. Our handles are going to be here, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't lose out on these gems.
You feel me? Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Took my job. Fuck it. Thank you for watching, and we will definitely see you next time. So, boom. Peace. Woo! Woo!